Watch your people. Excuse the sunglasses again. It's I've still got improvements with my eyes, but there's still a bit of an infection there. So like bright lights, whew, it's not nice. Yeah. Do you know what? The thing is, right? Is that we've got. I always say that it feels like I'm preaching to the converted here, yeah. Because I'd imagine most people who take the time to watch these videos, they're all on the same page with us. We might have like difference in little bits of opinion and stuff, but we're all aware that there's a very sophisticated plan to enslave mankind in sort of a digitalized dystopian nightmare. So like for me, like I've got loads of people around me who don't know that, you know. So to me, like it's not like I want to sit, that's the only thing I want to talk about. It's just that how can it not come up, right? When you look around at the world, how can that not come up? You know, like the way that, like, I mean, you just look at these cities, you know, like around the world, like there's so much homelessness, there's so much addiction, there's just so much depravity, there's so much despair. You know, there's the whole world seems like it's on the move, and everyone's deeply confused, and they don't know what's going on really. And then there's us, and we're sort of like, yeah, well, we've been telling you for the last few years about what's going on. Like this is all well orchestrated, you know, that none of it is by is a surprise to us. We know exactly what's going on. And you look at some of these people who are still sort of like oblivious to it, and I'm like, how the fuck can anyone be oblivious to it anymore? You know, it's like so obvious what's going on. Like it's not a conspiracy theory that you've got this fucking Bond villain, Klaus Schwab, with his real sort of like Bond villain baddie German accent, is the head of the World Economic Forum, who are literally, right, in their own words, on their own website, in their own copy, in their own content, are telling you what the plan is. It's about introducing technocratic communism where everyone will own nothing and be happy, and we'll have to do car sharing, and we'll have a social credit scoring system, and all of these things are already happening, right? They're already in play. They're actually, this technology exists and is being used in places like China, and is being tested out in other places as well. I mean, you got the stuff with ULEZ, they're saying it's for the climate, but actually it's they want to know where you're going, and then they're going to charge you to drive by mile, and there'll be 15-minute cities and smart cities and all these things that all tie in to this World Economic Forum plan to be able to create this technocratic communism around the world. It's not a fucking conspiracy anymore, people. It's really not a conspiracy. Like, they're telling you in their own fucking words, you know, like what more? What more do you need? So when you're talking to like people from your old life who just don't get it, you know, it's sort of like it's hard to have a conversation with them. It's really fucking difficult, because anyone who can't see this for what it is now, I would say that they're under a spell still. They're hypnotised. They must be hypnotised not to be able to see what's going on in the skies, and to look at that and think it's natural. You must be hypnotised to think that's natural. To realise that you've got all of these world leaders have got incredible ties and are owned by like the Davoses and the Bilderbergs and the World Economic Forums. They're all members of these groups, right? Because this is all one big plan by this so self-styled elite to be able to create this enslavement of mankind in a digital surveillance world. And none of it is a conspiracy anymore. It is fucking there before your very eyes to see it for yourself. So how can anyone not be like, oh my God, you were right, you know. And it's not even about us being right. I couldn't give a fuck about that. I just want to see everyone prosper. I just want to see the world go back to a place where character is currency and love is our religion. That's what we want, you know. That's what we all want, really, whether we understand it or not. And the point is, it's just that, like, the people who can't see it yet, like, what have you got in your eyes? What have you got in your ears not to be able to see it? I mean, look at someone, I mean, it is positive, right? You look at someone like Keir Starmer. Keir Starmer is the Prime Minister of the UK, or he's the puppet of the UK, the puppet minister. He's there, and he's being told what to do by the World Economic Forum, right? He's got his handlers, he's got his people that he has to answer to. Now, this prick, right, he got something of, I think, 20% of the UK's vote. Yeah, I think there was one of the lowest electoral turnouts ever in the UK, because people are completely disillusioned in politics, right? Because everyone realises they're all the same. Like big business and conglomerates, they actually control the world, and they are controlled by a very, very small group of people who have got hedge funds like BlackRock or Vanguard that are actually the people who are manipulating and controlling this world. And then there's another little hidden hand behind the scenes there, where you've got a load of, you know, very, very powerful and rich manipulative group of people who have this really, really fucked up plan for mankind, which is something that's never going to work because it's always failed, you know. But it would really help if the people who don't get it could just give their head a little wobble and just have a look around, really, you know, really have a look around and just see what's happening in the world, and think that, you know, if all of these people, the Bill Gateses, the Elon Musks and all these other people, all these multi-billionaires, if they really give a shit about the world, why are they like working on like dropping artificial mosquitoes into the atmosphere, or trying to lay a white blanket to cool the planet down via the sun? You know, why aren't they just do you know what, let's use all our billions to eradicate world poverty first, and famine, and to make sure everyone's got clean drinking water and a nice full belly, and to make sure everyone's got a roof over their heads, and to make sure everyone's safe from all of the fucking cranks in the world. Why aren't they doing that? Because they don't give a fuck, do they? They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about me. What they're interested in is really accelerating this plan where they can have us all completely and utterly under control. And I mean, it's futile. You just have to look around you. It's absolutely futile. The more they push, the more people are waking up, the more people are starting to realise that, do you know what, why did we ever listen to these fucking idiots in the first place? So it is very positive. It's just that it's very challenging sometimes being people who are very aware to what's going on in the world, and then being around a bunch of fucking zombies who seem to be still blindfolded and walking along under this spell into this dystopian nightmare, and just for some reason they can't see the wood through the trees. So, come on, catch up for fuck's sake.